And now, coming to you live from Huntsville Attic Studios, it's the Smile World Show. And here's your host, John Hammertime Holshoe.
Hey, it's the Smile World Show, the only podcast online that's 100% gluten-free. Really excited about this episode. Couple things going on. First off, if you're listening to the show, you like the show, like and share. You can win a gift card to the Deep Comic and Games, also in beautiful Huntsville, Alabama. And stick around, too, a little bit longer. You're going to hear a premiere of a song, The Blackest Night, from Jonathan Strickland. Really excited to have a premiere song on the show. And tonight, it's going to be an awesome episode. Batman, all things Batman. It's the Batcast. Really excited. Got a great crew here. I'm going to introduce the crew. Of course, joining me, as usual, comic book historian, Robbie Billups.
Ah, yes. Hey, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back here in Huntsville Attic for the Batcast. Yes.
I don't remember your voice signing
Okay. Sorry. It's been a while.
That must be his Batman voice, you guys.
Oh. I want it more grizzled. I want a Christian.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And returning to the show, Alicia Merrill.
Sup?
And also returning to the show, Justin Goldsmith.
Hey.
And Drew, who I don't remember if he's been on the show when I've hosted, but has he been on the show before?
He's
ever?
never.
He's never been on the show.
Welcome, everybody.
All right.
Oh, yeah, taking my cherry tonight, and what a way to do it with the Batcast.
What
The
a way.
Batcast.
Was that John Wayne?
No, I don't think it was John Wayne.
I think that was Drew.
I think that was me.
And returning to the show, also, Brooke Gibbs.
Yep.
Brooks.
Yep. I'm still here.
I said Brooke, plural. You're
You
plural
did. I was
person.
like, that's
He's going to catch that.
That's not Brooke.
After, I'm like, why did I say Brooke?
You fucked my name
We
up.
were supposed to have Brooke Shields here, and she backed out.
She's
So we got the only,
She's
the closest, we could get. And of course, joining us finally, Timothy. Oh wait, no, Timothy Dalton's not here.
Yeah, I know.
Damn it!
He's busy working
Yeah.
on some project right
Huge
now.
fan of the show. I not heard
Batcast.
episode. Yeah, Batman.
Because he's
Batcast.
75 years.
75 years. He doesn't look a day past 30.
Nah.
Okay, so Batman. We've been excited. His birthday, of course. I don't think I've ever run into a person who doesn't like Batman. Even like Marvel people will be like, "Oh, Spider-Man, blah blah." Do you like Batman? Well, yeah, I like Batman. Everybody loves Batman. So the question is, why do you love Batman? I'm actually going to start with Robbie. Robbie, why do you love Batman?
Yeah, that's okay. First of all, I mean, he dresses as a bat and all that stuff. No, why do we love Batman? Because he's self-made. You know, you read comic books. There's all these superheroes. There's all these gods, basically, people with incredible powers, and there's just giant stories. And here is a self-made man. Like there are no superpowers. He went out and did this to himself.
Yeah, he pushed himself to his own limits to see how far he could go. And
Exactly.
He just kept going.
But he's still a mythical character as well. And he even rises and stands up there with Wonder Woman and Superman. And he's one of them. So he's self-made and just a man, but he's still like one of them, you know? So it gives us hope.
Goldsmith.
Why do I like Batman?
Yes.
Because he's, he does all this with money. That's his superpower. Money. Yeah, he learned to be a ninja and stuff like that. That's cool. But if he was just running around in a bathrobe, being a ninja in the streets, that wouldn't get him anywhere.
I don't know. I mean, he's a detective. He can hand to hand combat. He's great physical ability. I think he could still do that. I mean, he'd be lacking the car and some of the gadgets, but I think he could do what he does in a more watered down version if he had to.
Yeah. I mean, in 1999, when they did the No Man's Land story where Gotham is ruined by an earthquake, that's basically what he does. He doesn't have these gadgets. He doesn't have this money. He doesn't even have streets or reliable buildings, So, but he's still Batman. He still handles
So
it.
what you're saying is he's superior to Iron Man. That's what you're telling me, Rob.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very much so.
Well,
Goldsmith might not agree
my
with us
turn's
here.
done.
Oh, and Goldsmith's leaving the studio and flipping us off. Drew.
Why do I love Batman? It doesn't matter what generation. It must be at least people from 70s, 80s, 90s. Every kid wants to be Batman. There's hardly ever a kid that wants to be a Superman. I mean, even women, they want to be Batman, or they want to be Batgirl, they want to be Batwoman, whatever Bat family thing you can think of at the moment. You want to be part of the Bat family.
I want to be a bat ostrich.
Bat ostrich, yes, or the Bat cow. The Bat dogs there have been.
Is that cow still alive?
Yes. Yes, it
Wow.
is. It's in the cave still. But no, we love Batman. I love Batman just because he's a guy. I mean, his dedication is incredible. You think about it, he's done all of this. Just the amount of hours this guy has to spend in the gym to be incredibly powerful, and I love his attitude about it. And when he gets buried alive, he's like, you know what, some things are difficult, and lifting a solid pine box coffin lid with 600 pounds of loose soil on top of it, that's difficult. But it's not impossible, as he bench presses the entire thing up. And it's like, that's Batman. He can do whatever he wants because his dedication to it is incredible.
Brooks.
Batman is the guy who's willing to go beyond the law, to set things right. He's kind of the rogue hero, because he's modeled himself after Zorro. So, he's willing to go outside the law and, take the risks to, help people because he knows he can. And he feels like he's responsible for doing it. He's kind of like the lawman that's incorruptible, even though he's outside the law.
Alicia.
Okay, so I love Batman because when I was a child and when I was introduced to Batman, which was about the age of 4 and 5, I had like great family upheaval going on, and Batman was a sense of like right and wrong for me. Like he was seriously like a paragon of morality, like straight up. And that's always just, it's stuck with me. And this is going to sound corny, but people have what would Jesus do? And seriously, like what would Batman do? Has been in my head. Like, because any problem that's arisen, I can confront it because people can do that. It's about willpower and it's about inner strength.
I should have.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah, I can't follow up with that.
Everybody had really
let's just
good
end the show here.
Yeah.
Thanks
That's
for
the
joining
Batcast,
us.
everybody.
Oh, that was easy.
I'm going to. I pretty much agree with all you guys. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy. You're inspired by him. And you were talking. What Robbie said. He didn't get hit by lightning. It wasn't some. He's not some sort of accidental god. He is a regular person. He goes out and he's a good guy and he kicks ass and he's got the cool car and he's got the cool costume. He just looks awesome. I remember the first time I was introduced. I watched Super Friends as a kid. And I was like, Batman's the cool. This is who I want to grow up and be. Is Batman, and I still want to grow up and be Batman. That hasn't changed at all. Superman was the most popular superhero in the world. Right now, Batman is the most recognizable superhero character in the world.
Oh yeah, kids in
That says a
Africa
lot.
wear Batman shirts.
Yeah. It's unfortunately it's the George Clooney Batman shirts that were discarded. And like, here, take these kids. Like,
Like
we don't
all-
want, we don't want to wear these shirts.
Someone's
We'd
the
rather
shirt
put
factory
All the
didn't
Super
want.
Bowl losers.
But we're gonna take a quick break. Be right back.
You're listening to the Batcast here on the Smile or Else Show. Be sure to like and share this podcast on Facebook, and you can be entered to win a $25 gift card to Huntsville's premier comic shop, The Deep Comics and Games. Get your $25 gift card and share this Batcast now.
Okay, welcome back. We're talking a little about Bat history, origins of Batman, if you will.
Bat history.
Bat history. Who knows who created Batman? Off the top of your guys' head.
Stan Lee.
It was Stanley. No.
What? I thought he made everything.
Forget this is DC. The original, older than Marvel. I wouldn't say the original, but they precede Marvel
Yeah,
by
they're the original.
they precede Marvel by
they're
a
the
few
original.
years. Anybody know?
That would be Bill Finger was the writer, and the popular one, he shows up in everything that Batman's in. Created by Bob Kane.
Bob Kane.
Kane.
Bob
Kane does get sole creatorship, but Bill Finger has so much to do with the Dark Knight and his Rogues Gallery and Gotham and Gordon and Alfred and everything.
Yeah, a lot of thing that defines Batman
Yeah.
came from Bill.
Yeah.
The first appearance. What comic?
It was Detective Comics number 27. It came out in May of 1939.
Ooh.
1939. Good year for comics. And Robbie, didn't it start off a little bit darker, more of a pulp style?
Well, Batman definitely started out, pulpy and dark, and they wanted to cheer it up. They thought maybe it was too dark because they had a lot of readership, they had a lot of children reading it, so they created the Robin character, and they started bringing in, the fun, zany aspects. In the 40s and 50s, there's a lot of crazy sci-fi Batman stories. 60s got very campy. Comic books in general at DC got very campy. That's why Marvel started taking off. 70s, Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams come on. Gets more socially conscious. Man-Bat and Ra's al Ghul are introduced. Really cool things. So Batman got more realistic. He was doing a lot of globe-trotting in that era. And then we go into the 80s. They do a crisis. Year 1 comes out. Dark Knight Returns. Everything gets dark. Comics get real. They get dark. They get gritty. We're familiar with this time. And then, of course, in the 90s, there was Nightfall. There was lots of cool Batman stuff. New Robins kept popping up out of nowhere and dying sometimes. Then you go into 2000s. Batman is now, because of the movies, because of the cartoon, because of the comics, because of the history, he is the #1 most recognizable character in fiction since the 20th century onwards.
All right. So we talked about Batman. Of course, just like Bond, he's always got the cool car. Batmobiles. Favorite Batmobiles. I'm actually going to kick it off with Alicia. Do you have a favorite Batmobile? Or a Batmobile that stands out in your mind?
I do have a favorite Batmobile that stands out in my mind. And someone's going to get mad at me for this answer. The one from Batman, the animated series.
Awesome car.
I can't get mad for that.
Great
show.
show.
Not only was it my first introduction to Batman, but it's the coolest Batmobile.
Remember when the episode where the Penguin kidnaps his mechanic's daughter and manages to booby trap the Batmobile?
Yeah, it's a reference to Batman Returns,
Yeah.
where he actually hijacks the Batmobile. Yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah.
Robbie?
I agree with Alicia. It's the animated series. I love that Batmobile. That blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. A Batmobile.
Blah blah blah. I love that Batmobile. Absolutely. There's lots of cool Batmobiles, but the Batmobile in general is just cool, right? And we got to think about that. Why is the Batmobile cool? I mean, it's just cool because it's sleek, it's black, it's fast, it's crazy. The Tumbler's cool. The coupe from the 70s is cool. The 80s superpowers, Batmobile, Super Friends thing is cool. But it always comes back to me to the animated series. And I really like that. I also got a soft spot for the Michael Keaton one. But I got to go with the animated series. But if I could own a Batmobile, it'd probably be the Adam West one. I'd cruise that one around town.
Goldsmith?
Well, you took all the answers, Robbie.
You took all the Batmobiles.
I agreed with Alicia. And said, but if I drove one, it'd be the 60s one.
Yeah, that would be a cool one to have in your garage because it would fit.
Like Drew Carey.
Yeah,
Remember
he did
Drew
have that
Carey
at one
had that
time.
one, yeah.
Yeah. If I was gonna be Batman, I would drive the Tumbler because it's the most it can do all those things. We actually had this discussion.
It doesn't mix
a
drinks,
while back.
I think you're confused.
But it drives itself, and that helps me out a lot.
I think all the Batmobiles do that.
Didn't we? We had this discussion on one of the Smiler House after hours, I think, a while back.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah,
And
we did.
I had the
actually.
exact same answer
Yeah.
now. I would use the Tumbler if I was Batman, but the coolest one I think is the Keaton one. And we talked about the grappling hooks that shoot out the side to help you turn corners.
Help you turn, yeah.
And that's just.
And
if
in the
it wasn't
tumbler,
so
you use
long-
it to flip 18-wheelers.
Yeah. But
Drew?
yeah, Tumbler.
My favorite Batmobile is actually from the comics. It's from Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin, just from the first issue he did.
Is this
from
the one that
Batman.
flies?
Building a better
Yes.
Batmobile.
It is the Batmobile that flies, and Bruce Wayne did not build it because Bruce Wayne was gone,
Yeah.
lost in space and time at the time. And his son Damian got his plans, and he's like, these need some tweaking. And he got it, he built it, and Dick Grayson drove it, and it was sleek, it was black, and it had a giant red bat, and that was the cockpit. And so when you see him in the Batmobile, you just see this red glass over them. And one of his first lines in Batman and Robin is, "I told you it would work." That was Damian's first line. "I told you it would work." All right, I won't doubt you anymore.
Great car. Brooks, favorite Batmobile?
My favorite's the Riot Tank Batmobile from Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, the tank.
The giant tank
The
Batmobile
That
with
thing is
the rubber
huge.
bullet guns and gas grenades and whatever he needs. And he just mows them down with it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a Cold War era
Yeah.
tank.
He's got
It
the
is freaking
gigantic
wicked. Yeah,
bat
it's huge.
on the front.
That's awesome. I don't know if I can top that. I did like the Keaton one. You guys mentioned it before. I'm a big Keaton fan, and I just thought it was a cool car. I remember first seeing that car and my mind being blown. And I honestly think that the ones that people love, the animated show, but the animated show sort of looks like they took the Keaton one and like made it more retro and smoothed it out. So it looks. I think it was definitely inspired by the Keaton one. And yeah, the Keaton's my favorite too. But it's just a cool car. If I could have any car in the world, it'd be not even. I love my Mustang, but I would want the Keaton Batmobile, but it's got to have the machine guns and the bombs and the cocoon.
All the blood.
Yeah.
Remember the awesome cocoon? It can
They're-
cocoon itself.
They're all cool in their own way. Like even the one from the Clooney, the Clooney Batman movies
That one is terrible
with the
Hey,
blue
that's a
lights
little-
on it.
It looks bad,
because it's crap.
but I got like a little model of it, and it looks cool, like it's a toy.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
a
that's 'cause it's a
one-person
toy.
car.
The one with the
it was
blue
terrible
lights.
looking.
Yeah.
From Batman Forever.
Batman Forever
Yeah.
looks
Now,
good.
Batman and Robin had the open cockpit. Only one person could sit in it. It looks really dumb in the movie.
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
that
it's
one.
just-
Yeah,
It
no,
looks like a penis with fins on wheels.
the Batman Forever
I'm
one.
sorry.
As
best
do the
kind.
best
Looks
cars.
good. The Batman Forever one looks like Geiger designed. H.R. Geiger did his version of the Batmobile.
I like it though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love the Forever one.
And
That's
I like
probably
the
my
I
top
like the
three.
bat
Yeah.
missile thing in Batman Returns. I thought that was so cool when it split the side so it could get through the alley.
Yeah.
So
I'm
he
like,
knew
Batman
eventually-
thinks of everything.
Yeah, he thought about this way ahead
He
of time.
really does. He's got bat shark repellent in his copter. Of course he thinks of everything. Because why would you need the bat shark repellent in the copter and not the bat boat, right?
Don't
Oh,
you remember
dude.
how it was next to the stingray repellent and
Yes,
like
it
the
was.
barracuda repellent and then the piranha repellent?
Every single
These
thing.
are very specific repellents.
Did you guys see? Have you seen the trailer for the new Arkham game? Arkham.
Yes, it is
Knight?
Arkham Knight.
Origins.
The one with the
Yeah.
where you can drive the Batmobile.
Yeah, you're in the Batmobile and you go and like you hit a button and it launches him out the top and his cape comes out and he starts gliding up into the sky. Like the Batmobile launches him up into the air.
That's super cool.
That's gonna be a sweet Batmobile.
We're going to take a quick break, but first, Robbie recently had the pleasure of interviewing Jonathan Strickland.
Yeah, I recently got to sit down with Jonathan. It was really fun. We had a good chat about his music and about Batman, of course. So we cut it together. And if you want to check out the full interview, it's on our YouTube channel, Huntsville Attic, right now. And you can check it out. But here's a little snippet along with...
Blackest Night, which we're premiering on the show. How awesome is that?
All right, everybody. This is Rockin' Robbie Billups here, talking with local hip-hop artist Jonathan Strickland. Jonathan, thank you for joining me today in the Huntsville Attic.
Thank you for having me, my friend.
All right, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jonathan Strickland, like you said. I'm 22, about to get married in like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's happening.
And you got a new album coming out. You're getting married. You're filming a video.
Correct.
You got a lot going on, my friend.
Yes, it's going down.
All right. Well, first of all, talk about your music a little bit.
My music, okay, I got into it. I just recently got into hip-hop for real, like 2 years ago. I joined a band called Fishes of Men, and we kind of dissolved about a year ago. I just kind of realized I was super passionate about music and doing it, and that's when I really felt God called me back into it, and really he affirmed that through people in my life and people just telling me like I had this talent and I shouldn't waste it. So that's when I put out the comic Relief. I think I put that out in like January or February, maybe March, one of those three. And now I'm working on a sequel to that, which is almost finished. We're mixing and mastering right now, called Return to Hope City, and we're actually releasing that single with your podcast, The Blackest Night.
So talk to us a little bit about the comic Relief, your first solo effort. It was an EP. It had the Hope City song on it, had Origins, a few other songs. I really like the EP. Tell us a little bit about that, what it was like writing, your process, and what your influence on it was.
Yeah, so just it's a play on words, obviously, comic relief. I believe I know the one who can give you relief, which is I believe is God, and then 2, I love comics. So I combine those two, and you can hear throughout the songs, just the wordplay. And like in Hope City, it starts out staying classy San Diego, yeah, I'm on my Tony Stark game. So it's just you hear your favorite characters and favorite lines from movies. I wanted to use that kind of stuff to just have people to relate to.
So talk to me a little bit about the influences on your music. Like what what are the other artists that you were into and that kind of influenced you while you're writing?
You know, I really like that question because people ask me that a lot, and I like people don't. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's probably like Kendrick Lamar or, you know, some Lupe Fiasco," and I'm just like, "No, it's really like I listen to a lot of Blink 182." It's like, I know, yeah, you did see it coming, but you're just like, yeah, I just
Blink 182.
I grew up on them, so I just, you know, some of their songs they're just very stupid. You know, they're just talking about nothing, but then some of their songs they're talking about real things, and I think that's why I related to them the most.
This is the Batcast that we're on. Let's talk a little bit. Do you like Batman? Obviously, you're wearing a Batman shirt.
Yes, Batman Walmart shirt.
All right. What's your favorite Batman story?
Favorite Batman story? That is a very, very hard one. I recently went through a bunch of trades of Batman stories. Year One, phenomenal. Long Halloween, phenomenal. Dark Victory, phenomenal. I read Batman and Son. Killing Joke, dude, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Killing Joke was crazy. But I was thinking about that, and I think I'm gonna have to go with Dark Victory just because I'm such a big Nightwing fan, and that's the origin of Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
But even in that, I just like how Bruce has to step up, and like he really does need Dick Grayson for that season he's in life because he's just super lonely. And he's kind of casted out everyone else, and then here's this little boy who he's been given, and he sees that as opportunity to just bring him in.
Yeah, it's like the light in the darkness for him.
Yes, sir.
So who's your favorite Robin?
Favorite Robin? I'm gonna go with Damian just because I love the way he smacked Tim Drake around. And
All right. Speaking of smacking Robins around, who's your favorite villain, Batman villain?
Ooh, that's a good one. You know, I feel like everyone would say Joker or someone like that, which, don't get me wrong, Joker's a great one. I'm going to go with Killer Croc, though.
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
Because that's the way the cookie crumbles, my friend.
That is the way the cookie crumbles, my friend. That's a line in one of my songs.
How can people get a hold of you? How can they get in touch with you? Maybe to book a show, maybe to work with you, or even to get your music.
Yeah. So I got my email. It's jstricklandmusic@gmail.com. And then there's my music website, jonathanstrickland.bandcamp.com. And you can download any of my music on there for free. It says buy now, but all you got to do is click buy now and put in 0, and you can download it for free.
All right. Well, this is Robbie. It's Talking with Jonathan Strickland. Be sure to come back for the next part of the Batcast with another snippet of this interview, and be sure to check our YouTube channel for the full uncut interview. But right now, please introduce the new song. This is Blackest Night.
Yeah, this is my new single, Blackest Night by Jonathan Strickland.
I have heard the echoes in the dark. Dim and distant voices of dim and distant voices. I've seen dim and distant voices of dim and voices. I've seen dim and distant voices of dim and distant voices. I've seen dim and distant voices of dim and voices.
Yo, I'm back up in this thing like the game just put my jersey out. Sleeping on my team, you just wait until the movie's out. Music for the soul, I'm painting pictures with a spectrum. Every brush, every stroke symbolizes something different. Voices in my head say I'll never make a difference. Return to Hope City's not for me, it's a resistance. Blowing all that money, looking fresh and so clean. Know the city's burning down just to appease G's. What would it take to make you feel as if you've achieved? Can show you what is real until you choose to believe. Yeah, here to set the captives free. Power of the hope with me. People want the hope that only gives them what they guarantee. Think that we can all agree things are getting crazy. Working while I'm dreaming, don't you ever call me lazy. If the city burns tonight, I won't let it go in vain. In my city they be wildin', know I'm marching with the saints.
Dim and distant voices of dim and distant voices. I've seen dim and distant voices of dim and voices. I've seen dim and distant.
This must be a dream. This must be a dream. This must be a dream. This must be a dream, yeah. sentence ain't the same since I heard about repentance. Return to Hope City's not for me, it's a resistance. Where I'm going, there's no glory, can you really go the distance? Return to Hope City's not for me, it's a resistance. Don't be another number, live for something more consistent. Return to Hope City's not for me, it's a resistance. Let me show you what is real since the dawning of existence.
Dim and distant voices, I've seen dim and distant voices of dim and voices. I've seen dim and distant voices of dim and distant voices. I've seen dim and distant voices of dim and voices. I've seen.
Awesome song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
that was awesome.
It was that was Blackest Night by Jonathan Strickland, and it's going to be on the new album Return to Hope City. And remember, if you're listening to the show, if you like the show, like and share it. Like and share the show, and you'll be entered to win a gift card from the Deep Comic and Games right here in Huntsville. So Bat movies, even the people who are not hardcore comic fans, everybody loves the Batman movies. They do. There's
Oh,
at
people,
least
yeah.
certain-
That's probably the number one reason why people love Batman. Mm-hmm. I think there are more good
There were
ones
bad
than
ones? I don't recall that.
Good.
Speaking of bad Batman films, what's your favorite? Drew, what's your favorite Batman film?
I hate to be like, I know just about everybody my age, most of them, they say The Dark Knight, and I can't blame them. I love The Dark Knight.
Great film.
I go through The Dark Knight, and so many sayings from that movie nowadays are so commonplace. Like, man who wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah,
and just
absolutely.
so many things just keep popping up and everything.
Iconic.
Why so serious? I mean,
Yeah.
Heath Ledger did a great. I still think he was better than Jack Nicholson because when I think of the crazy Joker, when I think of a guy who shoots Batgirl, that's what I think of. I think of Heath Ledger. So Dark Knight for me.
Dark Knight. What about you, Goldsmith? Favorite Bat film?
Favorite Bat film? Everyone will disagree. Batman Forever.
Batman Forever.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say Batman and Robin. I'm like, yes,
Batman.
No.
If he had said Batman Robin, I would've
Batman
definitely
Forever.
said something.
Tommy Lee Jones, one of the great actors ever, plays Two-Face. I love the way he does it. He's just batshit insane.
Yeah, he's
See what I
very
did?
crazy. Yes.
Bat.
I think
Flipping the coin and everything. Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Jim Carrey does an
Chewing
awesome job.
scenery, just like supposedly the movie was written to be a Two-Face movie, and his performance just took over.
Yeah.
They just edited accordingly.
It's so
He was good.
Like, I love both of them in those roles,
Frank Gorshin, he's channeling Frank Gorshin.
and I love most of all the color palette that they used for those movies, and it comes out in that one the most. Like when it
almost
it
like
feels
beautiful.
like
Almost
a
like
comic
Dick
book.
Tracy.
Dick Tracy. Yeah.
Almost
It
like
looks
Dick Tracy,
beautiful.
where there's
Yeah,
It really does.
it looks
just
like it's like you're
definitive
watching a
colors.
comic book
Yeah.
movie instead of a movie based off of a comic book.
I think it gets a bad rap because after Keaton left, I think for some reason, a lot of people's mind, they put Batman Forever and Batman and Robin together.
Out of all those four movies, right? Those four 90s Batman movies,
Yeah.
89, I guess, for the first one.
Yeah.
That's the only one that really deals with Batman and Bruce Wayne and something about him. I don't know. The other ones just seem to be about the villains. Even Batman Forever is mostly about the Riddler, but it is also a lot about Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that your favorite then, Robbie? What would your favorite be?
No, it's hard. I just rewatched them recently with my, soulmate.
Creamsicle.
And no, Alicia right here, Mayro right here next to us, and Creamsicle, yeah, actually. Anyway, I just recently rewatched them, and you got to think about it, and it's really tough to choose between any of the Nolan ones, man. I'll be honest. Batman Begins, I would easily say, but after rewatching it, it's not as good as Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. But Dark Knight feels a little long to me still. But I'm going to say Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say, I know a lot of people don't like that movie. That's fine with me. Rewatching them over and over, that's the one to me that stands out as the best movie. Like, it's epic to me. It inspires me.
Oh, it's very epic. It's a
You
good
know?
film.
And Bane is
Yeah.
a great villain, and it's a great force to go up against. And I don't know. I like how it wraps everything up. I really love that trilogy, just in general.
Yeah.
But of the Burton Schumacher ones, Batman Returns is definitely the best.
Alicia, favorite Batman film?
So if you'd asked me this before Robbie and I rewatched all of these, I would have told you The Dark Knight. rewatching them, there's a tie between Batman Begins and Batman Returns for me.
Returns is a great film.
Man, like, I am becoming more and more endeared by Michelle Pfeiffer's performance as Catwoman.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
more I watch it. Like, I hated it at first, and it's completely different Selena Kyle, than we're used
Supernatural.
to. Yeah, supernatural Selena Kyle, but it's cool the way that he reworked those villains for his movies, because Penguin wasn't a penguin mutant thing.
That's the best
either.
That's the best penguin ever in
And
anything.
Most definitely, and I honestly think that Catwoman, she's awesome.
And also, Christopher Walken is in that movie.
Yeah.
As
Max
Christopher
Schreck.
Walken.
Max Schreck. Batman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't
Batman.
do it.
Why is Bruce Wayne?
Why you dressed
like
as Batman?
He didn't change. He didn't change it all.
But Batman Begins is such an awesome origin, and I really, really like how it kind of retells some of the stuff that we saw in Batman Year One, like the part with the
bats
the
and the-
supersonic thing in his boot where he
Yeah.
calls all the bats. Like
Also
that
in Batman
totally happens.
Begins. Also in Batman Begins.
That's what I said it was referencing.
Oh, I thought you. He does it in Returns too. Batman Begins and
Oh, you're
Batman
right.
Returns.
He
Yeah, he does
do
it in both.
I forgot about it in Returns, but yeah. So I like that reference back to it. I think it's like Batman Begins is like the most solid Batman origin story that you're gonna get in a movie.
You right?
Yeah.
Brooks, favorite Bat film?
Batman Begins. But we just finished talking so much about it, I don't feel like talking about it.
I'm
now.
sorry, dude. I'm really sorry.
You know what's cool about that movie?
What is cool about that movie?
Christian Bale is
cliches.
Batman before he puts on the costume.
Yeah. I like that
Yeah.
they, the first meeting with Gordon, he wasn't in the bat suit. He was, just a...
Even when he's
Ski
just
mask.
training with the
Yeah.
League of Shadows, I
The
guess I
League
should
of
say.
Not Assassins, the Shadows.
But yeah, I mean, that movie builds Batman, and it's about Batman because all the other movies were about the villains, and Batman Begins is the first one that's truly about who is Bruce Wayne and why does he become Batman.
Yeah, the villain just kind of comes out of nowhere, really.
Yeah, who is the villain in that movie?
Ra's al Ghul.
You could say
would be
that.
the
You could
main
say
villain.
it's Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
but,
Yeah, the
you
Scarecrow
know,
was there. He was a lackey, though.
the villain in that movie is fear, and Batman takes on fear and uses it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the Keaton films. I'm gonna tie
Those
Batman
eyebrows.
and Batman Returns.
We
Although-
watched Batman
Yeah.
with John Holshoe, and he would not stop talking about Michael Keaton's eyebrows.
cool ass eyebrows. I just watched Mr. Mom again. Not Mr. Mom again. There wasn't a sequel to Mr. Mom. Again.
That would
Mr.
be
Mom-
awesome. They need to do that. We should
I would
write
wa-
that,
I would
guys.
watch that.
Mr. Ma. It's called Twins.
Pajama party.
I'm a big Keaton fan, but I remember as a child seeing the black costume for the first time. And I think people take that for granted. They're like, oh, Batman Begins is great. And I'm not denying that. But when you first see the black costume in real life, and I mean, just promotional images and stuff, I'm like, holy shit. That's Batman, and it just looks so menacing. And when you first see that car,
It looks great.
yeah. So I think people take for granted that black
Yeah,
costume.
because you watch it today, and it's like, man,
Yeah.
he's got a really big head, and he can't move.
He can't turn his head. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't turn his head until the Dark Knight, guys. I mean,
It's
watching
true.
Batman Begins again, I'm like, wow, his head still looks big in that one.
So mine's definitely the Keaton films. I tie them. Love the Keaton films, but again, Keaton biased because Keaton's my favorite actor. So
All right.
I'll throw that out there.
Previous host of the show, Mike Matthews, The Voice.
The voice.
He would be ashamed of us right now because nobody said, nor here or Facebook,
Adam West.
Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, I forgot. Oh my. Oh, yeah.
I
it was
thinking
close.
live action, but Mask of the Phantasm is phenomenal. Why is it not on Blu-ray? If you're listening, Warner Brothers, and you're not, we want this on Blu-ray. We would pay good money. I would pay like 30 bones for that.
It's really great.
It is. Great music too.
Speaking of music,
Muzak!
speaking of music, Bat music. Anybody have a favorite song, favorite tune, favorite ditty? Ditty? Is that people use that term anymore? Is that even right?
Whatever.
Favorite diddly.
Oh, Diddy about Jack and Diane.
Two American kids growing up in the heartland.
In Gotham.
The rest of the episode would just be singing that.
I don't
fucking
think
song.
Gotham was the Heartland.
No.
We'll start with Robbie. Favorite Bat
okay.
song.
All right. Well, we got to give mad props out to Prince, right? And even madder props out to the guy who sat in the office with all the executives and said, Prince should do the soundtrack.
Do the whole fucking thing.
Get the funk up.
But definitely the Danny Elfman stuff, man. Like today, like in Hans Zimmer and company did a great job with the Nolan trilogy music.
But not Danny They weren't Danny
the
Elfman.
Danny Elfman theme, specifically the cut down version that is all encompassed in the animated series opening.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
That to me is Batman. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da.
When I hear that music, I see that opening sequence where you see the Gotham sky and the bat signal goes up and the Batmobile's racing down the streets. Like, yes, that theme.
All the way that it just feels so dark is just so. Ba-na-na-na-na.
Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman.
Check.
Who actually, I've seen pictures of him. He's not actually an elf man at all. His name is misleading. Yeah, he's regular sized.
Yeah.
Goldsmith, favorite Bat song or something that sticks with you. Besides Danny Elfman, if that's Danny Elfman, we'll just move on.
Yeah, that's a good one. But baby, I compare you to a kiss from. Yeah, Kiss from a Rose.
Know the lyrics.
the credits from my favorite one, Batman Forever. Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Great soundtrack. Offspring, U2.
Mm-hmm.
Great soundtrack.
And it just all culminates there in the credits with Seal.
Yep.
Alicia.
Okay, so Danny Elfman is Batman music to me, okay? But I'm going to go with a soundtrack song since we've already talked about that. And I'm going to go with the Smashing Pumpkins, The End is the Beginning is the End.
Yeah.
Not to mention The Beginning is the End is the Beginning. That one's super, like, dark and moody and has that really nice feel to it, but, like, both of those
like
songs.
bookends, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And though associated with, written for Batman and Robin, that one is associated nowadays with Watchmen.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah, it was in Watchmen.
Because that trailer.
Great. It's a great song in general. Brooks.
I listened to the soundtrack for The Dark Knight a lot. I like that soundtrack a whole lot.
It's really good.
Especially the villain themes, like
The Joker
the
theme?
Joker's theme, where it's just this white noise kind of.
Yeah. Brilliant,
and you can
man.
tell that the Joker's doing something at that point just because of that white noise is going
Builds
on.
tension.
And then Harvey Dent, like at first when you meet Harvey Dent, it's that hopeful kind of music, and then it goes, he
And the
spirals
same
into madness.
themes, and they just
Yeah.
twist it, turn it over. Yeah.
And then when Batman's in the scene, cause it'll be like, yeah.
Drew.
Mine is actually not from a movie or TV show. It is from a video game. It is from Batman Arkham City. Great game, won a bunch of Game of the Year awards made by Rocksteady on all major consoles, and yada, yada, yada. I believe it played during the credits. It is Deranged by Coheed and Cambria. It is about the Joker, because that is in the first and the second game of the Arkham series. Joker is huge. Joker's everything. And it's Mark Hamill doing the Joker voice still from the animated series. And they go into this and it's like, and talking about how they love each other, because the Joker does love Batman, and talking about, will you be my pretty little enemy? And then near the end it just goes into ha 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 ha. And we saw them live. Me and Justin saw them in Birmingham, and before they even said anything about the song, they didn't say anything. They just played one little clip. It was from Batman, and they just played most of the thing from the scene. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? And just went right into it. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I got really drunk, and I don't remember most of it, but it was a great show.
Yeah, I drove home.
It's a great memory as Drew relates it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Elfman theme as well. Great song. And to me, that is Batman. Next up, everybody's favorite red-chested bird. We're going to talk about robins. So I'll be right back.
You're listening to the Batcast here on the Smile or Else Show. Be sure to like and share this podcast on Facebook, and you can be entered to win a $25 gift card to Huntsville's premier comic shop, The Deep Comics and Games. Get your $25 gift card and share this Batcast now.
So we can't talk about Batman without talking about his sidekick, Robin.
They are a dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo. I've
The
heard that
dynamic duo.
said before.
The Bat family.
So Robins. Let's talk about the Robins. There were multiple Robins because that's how you lay eggs. There's not just one fucking bird. There's just multiple Robins.
Truth.
Which is, by the way, I'm from Michigan. Michigan State bird, the robin.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Fascinating.
So the Robins favorite. Who should we talk about? Who the Robins are first for the people that don't?
I think everyone knows
know.
who Robin is.
Does everybody know who all the Robins are? I mean, but everybody knows who Robin is. But do people know that more than one person has been Robin?
Has carried the Robin name. The
Like, for instance,
costume?
I can think of a few.
I think they're in total right at 6, I think, in main universe and main graphic novels. I think there's some
6 major Robins.
6
you could
major
say.
Robins.
Yeah.
Call them the real Robins.
Who can name them? Justin, can you name them? How many can you name?
Well, you got Dick Grayson, who's the first one.
Dick Grayson. That's right. That's right.
I'm not sure about the order, but Damian
ahead.
Wayne.
Damian Wayne.
Damian
Yes.
Wayne.
Was he the second one?
Yeah. No, but he's
No, he's the third one.
You skipped a bunch.
no, he's not the third
skipping
one,
a
but he's
lot.
one of them.
By about
Jason
30
Todd.
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd.
Yes.
He's the one that, spoilers, got murdered.
Yes, yeah, they're correct. Well, one of them. Yeah.
He seems to be doing okay now.
One.
Okay.
Let's see, Jason Todd, Damian Wayne.
90s.
Oh my God. Todd.
Leave this
Jason
all in,
Todd.
just the silence and him talking to himself.
I'm impressed actually already.
I'm going to pass this one off to my consultant, Drew Madsen.
I am a professional Batman consultant. I am for hire. You can look at me on Facebook, Drew Madsen.
Well, there's Tim Drake.
Tim Drake.
Drake.
Tim Drake.
Carrie Kelly is one
Carrie
of them.
Kelly,
She's
yeah,
in
there's Carrie.
The Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight
Yep.
Returns. Yeah.
The Robin that he doesn't really want as a Robin.
And there's one more, guys.
The last one.
Alicia
Anybody know?
Silverstone.
I have no idea who the other
It-
female
that-
Robin
that
is.
Do you
would
know
It's
Brooks?
a woman.
I do not.
I
John,
know.
do you know?
Wasn't it spoiler or something?
Oh!
Real name. What's the real name?
I have no idea.
Stephanie Brown.
Stephanie Brown.
Very popular as Robin and Batgirl, actually.
So, favorite Robins. I'm going to start with. I'm actually going to start this time with our boy Brooke.
Brooks, the Magnificent.
I'm sorry, Brooks.
Yeah, stop doing that. Damian's my favorite Robin.
Damian. Damian's a badass. Why is your
Yeah.
favorite Robin?
Well, I mean, Damian, he takes the job more seriously, but at the same time, he's very contemptible towards the people he has to fight. You know, he's like, why should we be down here, fighting these scum when, we could do something more. And, but eventually he kind of forms a bond with Batman and actually becomes Robin.
He kind of acts like a spoiled kid.
Yeah, he is a very spoiled kid.
Because he
when
is a spoiled kid.
When he's first left on Batman's doorstep, basically. But he kind of grows into it. And you kind of start liking him in spite of yourself.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah, because he is a little dick when you
Yeah.
start to fall in love with him. You
He's
really
totally
do.
a dick. But, he's kind of charming, too, in his own way.
Sort of like Drew. Drew, your favorite Robin.
I would go Dick Grayson here, but I like him more as Nightwing and Batman more than just Robin. If we're talking just Robin, it's Damian, because Damian, first of all, he's not very likable at the beginning at all. One of his first things he do, he acts like the brat. He like, this is he badmouths Alfred. First of all, you don't see that. Alfred's so nice, and he's just like badmouths Alfred. He like throws food against the wall until Batman's finally like, you dishonor your sensei, and just shocks Damian into stepping down. And then the next thing, he sneaks out, cuts a guy's head off, a villain's head off, and with a grenade in its mouth. And Tim is just sitting there like, oh my God, we don't do that. We don't kill. What? But I fought evil and I won. I mean, what do you want? And then he just grows. And his stuff with Batman and Robin, New 52, is really emotional because Batman's trying to learn how to be a dad. And that's
really good.
Yeah, and Damian himself is really trying to be. He wants to be the good son and be everything that Batman is. He really tries to improve himself and be a good guy.
And he does.
And he does. And it's the whole thing is really
the
wonderful,
is very
but very
tragic.
very sad and very tragic, but phenomenal. The whole thing is phenomenal.
Don't worry, he's coming back.
Goldsmith, favorite Robin, even though you don't know most of them.
Well,
the two that you know, which
He named 3.
I know.
Yeah.
Just
And I don't know too much about them, really, I suppose. But I guess Dick Grayson, because he had the same origin, sort of, as
you?
Batman.
You were raised in a circus. Oh.
No. No, he lost his parents when he was a kid and, went to live with Batman, basically, or Bruce Wayne, rather. And he grew up with him as a role model. And I feel like
That's why he's so fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like he took that and he built off Batman and evolved a little bit as he became Nightwing.
He did evolve, yeah.
And it
Yeah, he's
seemed like
definitely
a
his own person, for sure.
Yeah, it's a really interesting dynamic there with Nightwing and Batman as they get older. Very interesting.
Alicia, favorite Robin?
I'm going to go Carrie Kelly because she was an unwilling Robin I should say Batman was unwilling to have a Robin at that particular time. During The Dark Knight Returns, when Carrie is acting as Robin, Batman's an old man, and the city has just been overrun with these like mutant guys, and she's really effective. She's very good, and she wants to work for him, and he's being very, no, I work alone, as Batman does, particularly when he's a crotchety old man. And she ends up really saving his ass.
Yeah, she does save him a couple of times.
When she saved him from the mutant leader, he's like, she stays.
And so
she's coming with us, Alfred.
And then, he ends up showing her the bat ropes, and she becomes his Robin, like, for real. And it's...
The bat ropes.
Yeah, like her first few missions were like she jumps out to stop a pickpocket, and he's like, hey, I'm just trying to make a living here.
What about you, Robbie?
Well, the first, and until the retcon in New 52, only Robin to figure out who Batman was Tim Drake. Tim Drake, out of all the Robins, was the first one to be a detective like Batman. In fact, if I could pick a Batman of the future, pre-Grant Morrison, it's Tim Drake. And Jeff Johns even explains that in Teen Titans. He is the detective. He, out of all the Robins, is actually the most like Batman. Even though he doesn't come from the tragedy or anything, he just grew up wanting to be it. He finds out on his own who Batman is. And to me, that stands out a lot. And he's the first Robin to wear pants. He's the first Robin to wear pants.
Practical.
I don't know. It's just badass. And I love Tim Drake, and he's my Robin. Until I met Damian Wayne. So I'm sorry to say it, but you guys covered it. But Damian, from start to finish, what a story. And I still love Tim, and he's got a close place in my heart. But Damian, whoa.
I'm going to go with Damian as well. I love Damian. And it was a character that when, spoilers, when Damian was killed, you sort of, I really felt like I lost a real person. I was like, wow, and I almost quit reading comics. I'm done with comics. I'm done. I'm just done. I didn't want to go out and socialize. I want to just curl up in a ball for a couple of days over a comic book character.
The silent issue.
What was something different about him? He's blood. He's Batman's son, and he worked so hard to earn Batman's trust and to be a good guy. And it was I don't know, there's something different about him. He's a Wayne. That's probably why, a real Wayne, and love Damian. Otherwise, I'd say. Dick Grayson was pretty awesome, and I would have been fine with Dick Grayson at one point in time taking over and carrying on the mantle prior to Damian, because I think that he earned it, and I think he would have been a great Batman, and for a while he was a great Batman. Villains. Batman has some of the greatest villains, some of the most famous villains.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
What are you guys' Guyses? Hey, you guys!
Guys.
Who are your favorite villains?
Who are our favorite Bat villains? Will the dastardly Destructive Brooks remember the question? Will Justin, the powerful pirate of persuasiveness, have an answer? Will the terribly delicious and the terrifically deviant Timothy Dalton finally show up? Find out next time. Same Bat time, same Bat channel.